All right, what's up, guys? Simple, basic tutorial on creating some halftone patterns in Adobe Illustrator. What a halftone pattern is, some students requested this. I'll explain why in a second. What a halftone pattern is these dot patterns that I have on my screen. So it's the way of communicating transparency or a gradation or a fade of color while only using one color. My students in my Graphic Design 2 class are currently designing calendar covers for next year's student handbook, and they're limited on how many colors they can use. They can only use like 3 or 4 colors plus the white of the page. So how can we take photographic images or textures or gradations and make them only 1 to 2 colors? This is really common to do for like t-shirts when like you can only do like a 1 to 2 color screen print for a t-shirt. So what we see here I just googled halftone Mona Lisa. So we see a dot pattern in one color that when seen from a distance doesn't even look like it's one color. It looks like it's fading and shading in multiple colors all at once, when in reality it's just lots of little tiny dots. So quick tutorial right now. What I have here is I have a circle with a radial gradient on it. If I just quickly remake that, there's my ellipse tool. Oops. The fill I used was the standard gradient right here. And then in Illustrator, if I drag this over, I can edit the gradient really quickly. Click on these 3 dots. I'm in 2019, but this works in anything prior to that. Grab my radial gradient. I'm going to switch these two so it's a black interior and a white exterior. Now, let's fix that really quickly. Now, if so there's a few steps to this process. First step, going to Object, Expand. Next step, we are going to Effect, Pixelate, Color Halftone. This is the actual effect. This is where it happens. We'll turn it into a vector after this. So right now, I think the max radius comes in set to be 8 pixels. You can play with all these numbers. The main one that I play with is the radius. I'm going to set this to 25, and that just determines how big the circles can be. Smaller radius means more detail, more shading, but more image to process. Larger number, so I'm going to change this from 8 to 25 or back to 25. Larger number means bigger circles, but less amount of detail. So if I hit OK, it might take a second, but boom, there it is. My problem with this right now, though, is if I drag it over, is it's not a vector yet. What's cool about this guy is it's vectorized, and I can change this color to be whatever I want. Way to do that, Object, Expand Appearance, and then we're going to image trace it. If I click on image trace and just use the default image trace, this is going to transfer it to a black and white vector. If I open up my options and go through to advanced, I can check ignore white and then expand it, and boom, I got a 1 color vector. I can change the color of that and do whatever I want. So same game with this. This is just a rectangle with a linear gradient, just black to white. So again, it's Object, Expand, the color halftone effect, expand appearance again, and then image trace it. So Object, Expand, Effect, Pixelate, color halftone. I'm setting 25, but you might want to play with that. These all change like the angle of the dots. You can get some kind of cool effects. So here, let's just play with this. Instead of 108, let's make this, I don't know, 75, and just see what that does. Boom. Once again, Object, Expand Appearance, image trace it. In our image trace settings, go ahead and check ignore white, and then expand it. We got a vector. And that's simple. We can create a lot of cool effects with that. You can bring in like a black and white photo and do the same process to it. You can create like fadings of black and white to gray with your graphics, but this was just intended to be the simple demonstration of this halftone effect. Thank you for watching.